Hello and welcome to Leah's Wholesome Bakes. Today I am going to make a recipe that I've been making for a while now, maybe about a year. Cinnamon swirl bread, but this time I'm going to bake it with all whole wheat flour. I normally do half and half. I usually do organic white bread flour and then half organic whole wheat flour. Today I'm going to use organic white whole wheat flour and organic whole wheat flour. So I have, we're going to start off with 3 cups of the white whole wheat flour. I have 2 cups here, and then I'm going to measure off just 1 more cup. And when you are measuring flour, there's so many different methods. One method that I've seen that's pretty consistent is fluffing the flour before you get it in the measuring cup. You can use it, you can spoon it into there, or you can fluff it and then measure it. And I always weigh it. That's about 115 grams, but 1 cup is usually around 120 grams according to the package for whole wheat flour. So we have 3 cups there. And then we're going to do half a cup of unrefined brown sugar. Oh, I'm sorry, it's unrefined cane sugar, which actually is brown in color. And that's 96 grams. Measure the cup first. So 96 grams of sugar. And that gives the bread a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of texture. And then 1 tablespoon of salt, which I have here. And we'll need to add to that 4.5 teaspoons of, I have active dry yeast. I'm just going to mix that together. Now to this, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of coconut oil and 2 1/4 cups of warm water. I heated those 2 both together to about 120 degrees. Right now they are a little bit hotter than 120, so I'm going to let the water cool down just for about maybe 5 minutes, and then I'm going to pour it into here. I have 2 1/4 cups of warm water plus 1/4 cup of coconut oil. The recipe says anywhere between 120 and 130 degrees Fahrenheit would be okay for this recipe. So I warmed mine up, and I'm going to add it to my dry ingredients. And then to that, I am going to add, mix it up just a little bit, and add 2 cage-free eggs. Now I usually crack my eggs in a different cup or container, whichever you want to use, just to make sure there are no eggshells in there. And also to this batter, actually it's a dough, sorry. To this dough, I am going to add vanilla. I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, which this recipe that I'm using does not call for it, but I like to add vanilla to a lot of my recipes. It just gives it extra flavor. So to this, I'm going to add about a cup of whole wheat flour. Probably about 2 more cups of whole wheat flour. This is organic whole wheat flour. So that was 2 more cups of flour. I'm going to mix this together, and I am going to let it sit for 25 minutes prior to kneading, and then I will knead it. And then after kneading it, it will sit for an hour to rise. And I will be back. So I'm going to spread this out onto a floured surface. Get all that out of there. Alright. It's a pretty good amount of dough there, and it's pretty sticky. So I'm going to add about another half a cup just to get started with kneading this, because my hands are really sticky, or the dough is really sticky right now. So far I have 3 cups of white whole wheat flour and 3 cups of the red whole wheat flour. And I'm going to add another half cup of the red whole wheat flour here. And this is what I'm going to use to knead my dough with, and get it on my hands also. So I'm going to begin to knead my dough. My flour. Probably just add all of that. And as it comes together, you can begin to knead it. So I kneaded this for about 10 to 15 minutes. And now it's at a good consistency. I love dough. I did have to add about another 1.5 cups of flour to this because it was really sticky. And but now it's at a good consistency, and when you press it and it comes back, that means that it's well kneaded. So what I'm gonna do now is I cleaned out this bowl a little bit that I had the dough in. Put the dough back in there and spray it with a little bit of oil spray. Get it all around there. in the bowl around so it doesn't stick to the bowl or to the plastic. And I just have some plastic wrap here. I'm just gonna cover it up. And I will let this sit for about an hour, and after that I will divide it and then put it in 2 pans. This makes 2 loaves of cinnamon swirl cake. The dough has risen, and I flipped it out onto my surface, my working surface, and divided it into 2. I weighed it and divided that amount into 2. Then I rolled it out to a 9 by 18 size of dough, and then I took a half a cup of the unrefined cane sugar and a tablespoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of flour. Mix those together. I have that here. And I also have a little bit of milk. So with the milk, I just moistened the dough, and then I sprinkled the cinnamon sugar on the dough like that. I took my brush and just made sure that it's evenly coated all around the dough. And now I'm going to roll it all the way to the end. And as I'm rolling it, I'm just making sure that everything is tight so there won't be any air pockets in the bread. And after you're done rolling it at the ends, you want to, on the sides, you want to seal the sides. And also you want to seal the seam together. And once again, you do this just so that you will not allow any air to get into that roll of dough. And here you have your first row. Now what you do is you take the seam side, put that down, and you fold the ends underneath. You take your pan, place the dough inside the pan, and just press down on it, just to make sure it gets all inside the corners and everything. And there you have your first loaf. You do the same thing to your second. Let them rise for another hour, and then you bake them in the oven for 350 degrees for about 30 minutes, and they should be done. So my bread came out of the oven last night. I let it cool overnight, and it rose perfectly. I'm slicing one of them. This is the size of the bread, so it turned out really good. I will taste it. Yeah, I will definitely keep this wholesome recipe using all whole wheat flour from now on. Join me next time as I make the pumpkin bars. I'll see you later.